Well, hello there and welcome back, you lovely lot. Today we're going to have a bash at this cracked ice look, but I'm going to do it with acrylic. Now, I am aware that it's not going to be as clear and as fantastic as gel because there's nothing as clear as gel. But I thought there'd be a bit of sculpting in there, a bit of filing. I thought you might like that, you lot. So what I've done is I have some pet tape on my Glamourly's hand, and that will help then keep the form in place because the forms don't stick to silicone. And what I'm going to do is take a bit of what we call foil, aluminium foil, and I'm going to screw that up and I'm going to pop a little bit of cuticle oil, 3 drops actually. I know it looks like I go a bit mad, and maybe I do because, you know, just the kind of girl I am. I don't want it to stick, so by putting a little bit of oil, there is only a little bit of oil, put a little bit of oil on and I'm going to smush that about. And what I found was that it was sticking inside some of the crevices where I screwed up that foil, so I blotted a little bit off, and then what I do is pop it under the tip, between the tip and the form, and then I will mould that around the form before coming in with my first bead of clear acrylic. Now this took forever, this design, so it is sped up slightly, and that's so that you're not here all day, and to keep this video, you know, as compact as possible for you. So I'm coming in with clear acrylic and I'm just going to come down into that stiletto shape. And then I'm just going to push it into that foil, mould it into shape, and then blend that back before coming in with the, I'm still holding that form just in case, because like I said, it is a silicone hand. I'm going to come in with that cuticle bead, blend that down. So just to let you guys know that I'm not actually a sculptor because I am not trained in sculpting, and there's one thing I like to do, and if I do something I do it thoroughly in whatever I do, and I was exactly the same when it came to e-filing. You know, I didn't use an e-file on a human hand. I practiced on a silicone hand because I've always brought silicone hands to practice on right from the beginning, and it really helped me massively just to get control of the e-file. But I didn't put it on a human hand until I was trained, because, you know, that's just the kind of thing I like to do. And it's the same with sculpting. I've never sculpted on a hand because I don't know how to do it. I don't want to pick up any bad habits. So that is on my hit list this year. I am going to go to a certain nail tech who I think is brilliant, and the minute that I can get up and go, because I can't at the moment, that's what I'm going to do this year. I'm having a one-to-one with a certain lady, and I'm going to learn sculpting and hopefully pick up some more amazing tips. But that's on my hit list this year. Last year I trained with Sonia Williams, and the year before that I did me filing. I qualified and I did me filing. So, like I said, I do think it's important to keep up with training and get something in. And I'll tell you another thing I've done as well is I've signed up for a little bit of online courses as well. So I've never done that. Have you done that? Is it any good? See, I'm a visual person, so I like to learn by seeing. So I don't know if that's for me, but I have signed up, and that is something that I'm going to try. Stop waffling, Trey. Back to the design. On the ring finger, I put some iridescent scale. It's like a mix, like a multi-mix. It's got big iridescent scales in it. I don't know where I got that from, to be honest. I found it in my little box of goodies, but I've put that on the nail bed area, faded that up, and put some iridescent hearts on the tip, and weaved in between that some halo pigment from the Glitter Fairy. Leave that to set, and then I did a full finger of the white acrylic on the middle nail. I think I'm using coconut milk on this one. It is at the beginning. I will double check. I'm sure it's coconut milk. but I am going for a white ice sort of look today. And then on the pointer I'm going to do a marble. So I put down a little bit of white first. There's a little bit much, so I do swipe a little bit away before coming in with beads of clear acrylic with pigment in it. And on the first section I come in with unicorn pigment from Glitterarty, and on the second I come in with halo pigment from the Glitter Fairy, and I will marble those beads with a little bit of white together. Here you can see me coming in with little bits of pigment. I put a little bit of unicorn at the top, and then where unicorn's more prominent at the bottom right now, I'm coming in with halo from the Glitter Fairy. So what I do is I pick up a teeny tiny bead of clear acrylic, pop it in that pigment, and then put it on the nail, and look at that, beautiful. Again, pigment with clear acrylic on this little finger, that's halo because it's got the gold shimmer, before coming in with some of those hearts. And then what I'll do is leave that to set. So once I've done that, I will then get myself some brand new monomer. And what that will do is then help this clear acrylic to be as clear as it can be. Especially with going for the cracked ice look. Now I was really pleased with this design when it had finished. However, I am going to do it in gel because I want to see the difference. This was lovely, and it was a really subtle cracked ice look, and honestly it was really nice, especially with threading the pigment through it. It really highlighted it and it was really nice. But I've seen it with gel and it is wow. So that's next on my list. We'll have a bash at that. But you guys tend to prefer the acrylic to the gels, so, and I am an acrylic girl. I kept a little different here. I was always taught to cap from the cuticle area, but I decided to do it on the crack, on the tip area first. That way I could manoeuvre the acrylic and it be, what I'm trying to say is that the more you play with acrylic, the more bubbles and everything you get in it. And I've noticed on some of the videos that people actually cap from the tip area, so I gave that a little bit of a bash. It was okay. When you're taught and you start to do things, it's hard to change, isn't it? It's hard to mix it up a little bit, but maybe it's something I'll endeavour to work out a little bit more. Anyway, little finger, I'm coming back in with that white and I'm going to ombre that up. Then what I will do is clear cap all of these nails. Now what I'm going to do is show you this nail once we take the form off. Look at that. Now it looks quite chunky on here, and I think that's more because because it's not smooth, because it's not chunky at all. I mean, I filed this down really quite simply. You can see there it's not. Anyway, what I do is I come underneath with that file, and then what I do is take it down the length and then concentrate on those sides. Now I did video all of it, but my hand is in the way. It's literally all you can see is the back of my hand, so I've edited it so you can see what I'm actually doing on this bit. But as you can see, I'm working on the sides and I'm working on that edge. So that's what I do with my filing routine. I always do the underside first, make sure it comes out from that free edge and it's nice and straight. I do that first, and then I come up the sides and I get that shape with a metal board file. The reason I use metal board files is they are rigid, and it really helps, especially with stilettos and ballerina shapes, to get that sharp shape. I mean, this is the best hand that I've ever had regarding filing, you know. The wells are quite deep, so I can push the tip right in and do the filing, but it's still blooming awkward. I don't like filing anyway at the best of times, but on a silicone hand, it's... And then I come in with a Half Moon file. This is a new one. And what I will do then, this is a 180. And what I will do then is flat file on the top. Again, I'm constantly working on that shape. It kept slipping, so I'm trying to get a grip and keep in shot. And then I go up and over, round that cuticle area, and then I do exactly the same on the other side. I go up and over, contouring that nail. Careful not to file away that apex that you put in there. Again, working on those sides all the time. Contour over, blend it in. And I do that on all of these nails. I'm not going to keep it all in for you. Like I said, this is quite a lengthy video. Well, it is for me. I don't usually do these sort of long ones. And then what I'm going to do is clean up, go over with acetone, and then I'm going to put a little bit of these little micro crystals that I got from AliExpress. It is in one of my hauls, because I do have a few AliExpress hauls, and I've got another one to film for you. That's right, you guys are in for a treat. I have been saving up for the whole of December. For the last 6 or 7 weeks I've been saving up, because they come in dribs and drabs. Anybody who orders from AliExpress will know that they arrive here and there. You get one package one day, a couple of the next. I've just been popping it in a basket. So what I'm going to do is get that out and film that for you and get that up. It's on my to-do list, I promise. So I've put down some top coat, and just as though you're sugaring, put your teeth in tray, I'm going to come in with those beads, and then that old gel brush that I use for everything, and I'm just going to manoeuvre it, make sure it's nice and straight, and I'm going to put it in the bottom left hand corner as you're looking at the screen. Push it into that top and make sure it's nice and flat, make sure it's not on the skin and it's not on the edge, and that the line's straight, because I've got a half moon shape sort of thing that I'm going for. And I will fully cure that, and then I'm going to do exactly the same on the tip, only this time I sprinkle over it and then I dip the tip into the beads, and then I make sure that it's not on those edges, and then I give that a full cure too. And then it's time to top coat all of these gorgeous nails. And I'm going to be using CJP tack-free top gloss. Look at that. I don't know if you can see the shimmer on that pigment that's underneath with those hollows. Absolutely gorgeous. Then this cracked ice effect nail. I have got a close-up right at the end for you, but it really is very, very pretty. Guys, this will then be the end of the video. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for watching. If you're not subscribed already, I would absolutely love it if you would. And if you have enjoyed this video, please take a moment and hit that thumbs up. As always, there's a clip at the end for you so that you can see this finished look, and everything will be listed below in the description box. Thanks again, guys, and until next time, bye.